Post-traumatic stress disorder, also known as PTSD, has been around since the beginning of time. In the Stone Ages, attack from saber-toothed tigers, and in today's time, terrorist attacks are all events that could lead to behaviors of PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder is a mental health condition triggered by a horrifying event, such as rape or combat. Veterans are the largest group of people to suffer from this condition, and yet the government is not adamant about getting them the treatment they so desperately need. Veterans quite often feel as if they are alone and no one understands their condition.
I felt like I was the only one in the whole world that came out of the war with something wrong with my head. I never even talked to my own wife about the war. I didn't think it was a good thing to bring up. We had separate beds because I had bad nightmares and came flying off the bed, screaming my mother's name out. I couldn't tell anybody. I thought every bartender in Brooklyn was my psychiatrist.
Veterans not only face the issue of dealing with PTSD when they return, but they also face unemployment, homelessness, as well as drug and alcohol abuse.
Yes, Leah, we have a large population of veterans who are unemployed due to the fact that employers don't understand their condition and assume that they're crazy. Our communities hold group meetings similar to AA and NA, so people who suffer from the same problems can sit down and they discuss how they're feeling and what they're going through with people who are experiencing the same things.
Post-traumatic stress disorder not only affects the person who has it, but also their family and friends.
Also, people with post-traumatic stress disorder tend to be emotionally disconnected from their families because they're worried about burdening them with their problems. Their marriages also suffer. It's very stressful for a husband or wife to handle their loved one's emotional states.
Over the years, the suicide rate in veterans has increased. The VA reports that on average, 22 veterans commit suicide per day, or one every 65 minutes. Veterans feel guilty for the so-called crimes they have committed while serving their country. With the help of therapists and doctors, they can work to overcome these feelings and ultimately stop the number of veterans' deaths each year. If access to these programs were more available, veterans could finally get the help they need to stop them from feeling the way they do. Some of the unspeakable things soldiers saw while in combat still haunt them until this very day. Communities are working to help veterans every day around the United States, but without the adamancy of the government, major changes cannot yet be made. Veterans with post-traumatic stress do not want sympathy. They do not want to be treated like they are disabled. They just need understanding, compassion, and someone to be there for them in their time of need. Although doctors have yet to find a cure, there are many treatments available for someone who has post-traumatic stress disorder. Over the past few years, therapy dogs have become increasingly more popular with veterans. Therapy dogs are used to soothe the veteran when they are having a panic attack or start to feel stressed out when in a crowded public setting. Not only does having a therapy dog help with panic attacks, but it also gives the veteran a lifelong friend. Another treatment that is available for people with post-traumatic stress is medical marijuana. With the legalization of marijuana in 24 states, doctors have been testing the positive effects of cannabis and the effects that it has on the brain of someone with post-traumatic stress. Reports have shown that medical marijuana has been helpful in soothing veterans when they are having a panic attack or flashback. Cannabis has a soothing effect, giving the user a sort of euphoria, which allows them to be calm when overwhelmed. Doctors and therapists are working strenuously every day to help find a cure for the individuals and their loved ones affected by post-traumatic stress. Not all wounds from combat are visible. Post-traumatic stress is a real thing, and its consequences can be serious. Take time to thank a veteran today.
God shed His grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining